What is up, guys? Boris here, coming to you guys with my last stretch of the Legend team building streams. Now, if you missed any of the previous Legends before Corazon, those should be already up on my YouTube channel. And so today we're going to be going through the last 5. Now, if you want Barto, Law, Cavendish, or Aokiji, those will be uploaded after this video. And I'm doing normally like one every 2 days now. So, you know, we'll get all the Legends covered. When Kizaru comes out, we'll do one for Kizaru as well. And then I might do, a lot of people have been asking me for random teams, like really good teams that aren't Legend teams. I'll probably be doing that in the future as well. So, let's go ahead and start with Corazon, what's it called? The Legend that a lot of people slept on in the beginning, and then all of a sudden he was clearing everything. So, alright, let's go ahead and start, because Corazon's a really complex captain. Even I have him, but I don't really understand exactly what he does. So let's go ahead and read it along with you guys so we can see what he does. First off, Donquixote, Rocinante, or Corazon, boost the attack of all characters proportionate to the crew's current HP. So we'll see the multiplier there in a little bit. Heals for 1.5 his recovery at the end of the turn each time you hit a good. Heals for 0.5 his recovery every time you hit a great. So pretty much, Corazon is someone who can be doing incremental damage, small amounts of damage, and heal back up to full every turn. The multiplier is at max. He boosts 2 times, which is, yeah, you know, it's whatever. And 1 HP, he deals 1. So it's between 1 time and 2 times. So, you know, not a lot of damage. You're gonna be taking, sometimes you're gonna be taking a long time, but because his captain ability is kind of meh, you know, it requires doing not a lot of damage. A lot of people early on, they were saying that, you know, Corazon is not that good of a captain. Like, people were saying, you know, he's trash, laughing if you pulled him. But then eventually, like, people like, man, you can pair him up with some really good units. You can pair him up with some amazing units and get a massive amount of damage in. Actually clear almost every training. He probably can clear every training forest. He can clear a lot of stuff. Part of the reason he can do that, Log Luffy. Corazon does a little bit of damage, but if you pair him with the strongest hitter in the game, which is Log Luffy, all of a sudden that 2 times doesn't really matter, because you're still going to be doing massive damage. It's not going to be the best damage. Oh, and Infinite, thanks for the cheer, man. You're not going to be doing the most damage out there, but you're going to be doing enough damage to hit the opponent and then heal back up and keep doing that. It's sort of like a zombie team in a sense, but not really, because you can die. You just got to make sure not to take a lethal blow. So, normally the way you die is that if you get someone below 20%, they'll deal a lot of damage to you. So, how do you burst them down, right? The trick to Corazon is you want to burst down your opponent when you're getting close to 20%. You can whittle them down to 20 easily, but you got to burst them down. So, here we got 4 units that are really OP for this thing here. So, first off, we got Mihawk. This could be Whitebeard, you know, whatever. But Mihawk, you know, 30% cut, really easy there. Obviously, you guys understand why. Sabo combined with Corazon. Well, Sabo combined with any team really deals a lot of damage. Raid Sabo. But again, if you don't know what he does, for 2 turns, every attacking character gets 55 times Sabo's attack in addition to typeless bonus damage if you hit a good, great, or perfect. So, because Corazon asks you to hit goods and greats, and Log Luffy asks you to hit goods and greats, all of a sudden with Sabo, you make up a lot of the missed damage. So, that's crazy amounts of damage there, potential with between Sabo and Log Luffy. Obviously, Log Luffy, you can use a special as well. Does a lot of damage, between 70 and 200k. And then Leo, really awesome unit, locks your orbs, so you can use Log Luffy and then have his red orb for next turn. Cuts HP by 20% of all enemies, delays all enemies for 1 turn. Now this can be really anything. It could be like Strong World Usopp. It could be like another Whitebeard. I mean, it could, you know, there's a lot of stuff there. I do recommend having a delayer in that slot though. Will probably help. And then you have, now this is overkill. You don't need Elizabello, but if you have Elizabello, boom, man. Corazon, you can do in crazy Corazon. You can do crazy zombie teams, man. Not even Corazon teams, but Elizabello is really amazing for training forest. Yeah, if you don't know what King Elizabello does, let me explain real quick. So, at max, right now it's 26 turns. When his books come out, it's 20. He deals 25 times his attack in typeless damage to all enemies. But every turn that you don't use his special once it's maxed, it boosts his attack by 23 times, like the attack of the special. So that means that I believe at 20 turns, which is the max, you deal 500 times. You deal 500 times. So it's not, so you deal 500 times attack. So I think it's you add 23% or 23 times every turn. So I mean, you're looking at 500 times his character's attack. So what does that mean? Well, let's see. His attack is 1400. So you're looking at like over 1 million damage or something crazy. I'm not entirely sure. So let's see, 14,000, 140,000. No, not over, but just under 1 million. So massive damage, man. Massive damage. Let me give you a good example. He can almost one-shot every unit on the 19th. If you use him on the 19th room of a training forest, boom, clears just like 3 out of the 5 guys, and the other guys are left almost dead. So you can do some crazy stuff, man. You can do some really crazy stuff with Elizabello. But yeah, it's like 800k, somewhere around there. Yeah, it depends. You can put cotton candy on him. You know, I assume that would increase it. That would buff it. So with like maybe 100 cotton candy, could do a lot extra damage there. Yeah, and if you activate Sabo special, like, you're doing a lot of damage, man. So let me actually go ahead and put matching orbs on these guys. Although matching orbs, you know, they're not really that thing. Let's go ahead and activate Sabo special. I don't think you can activate Elizabello special yet. I mean, it's just add it on, you know, just add it on or whatever. But pretty much you get a 20% cut, 30% cut. You get Sabo, which is going to do a lot of damage. You got Log Luffy special, which can also do a lot of damage. Corazon, by the way, his special will heal you and also reduce Bind and Despair for 3 turns. So really cool, really awesome. That's another way you stay alive, is if you need to heal back up, you got a healer. And Elizabello, man. So this Corazon, man, do not sleep on Corazon. You're gonna be doing some crazy stuff. And to be honest, this is one of the best ways to do it, guys. I highly recommend, if you do have Corazon, pair him with a Log Luffy. If you have Log Luffy and are having troubles clearing stuff, you could pair a Log Luffy with Corazon, and that would do it as well. So let me show you an actual. So yeah, so Bernard's linking here. What if we do an actual zombie team? So that's like a pseudo zombie team, but for instance, Pell, right? Pell protects defeat as long as your HP is above 30%. So with Corazon, you're almost always going to be able to heal back above 30 as long as you hit goods and greats. You probably should be able to every single turn. And then let's see, what else is on there? Whitebeard, Elizabello, Dex, Sabo, and Duval. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing here. Instead of Duval, we could do, well, Duval, let me see. I think Duval reduces damage or something, right? Yeah, so he cuts 20% like Leo does, but he reduces damage received by 50%. Since you will not die, you don't need the stall. You don't need the stall damage. I mean, you don't need to stall, because even if you take 100,000, Hell will let you survive. So instead of that, you can use something like Duval, who just reduces damage in case you ever need it. Same kind of thing here. The free-to-play unit over Leo. And yeah, Sun Pirate Ship. What do you mean? Let's see what the Sun Pirate Ship does. Crap, I want to see what it does. Okay, what's the thing? Just extra HP or what? Oh, I see. So the thing about the Sun Pirate Ship is that it reduces the attack and HP of non-fighter units. So who's a fighter here? Are any of these guys fighters? I guess Sabo's a fighter and Elizabello's a fighter. I mean, this could work. This will get your HP low enough where you could heal back every turn. Definitely. But then, like, your main thing would be Elizabello and Sabo. So yeah. What's lockers for Log Luffy? Log Luffy just use the chain, silence, and then like whatever, orbs and cooldown, or orbs and auto healer. Yeah, pretty much. Even Pell will survive a nuke. Exactly, Toadski. This game does keep that in mind. So, is Whitebeard replaceable with Whitebeard? What do you mean? Whitebeard is pretty much replaceable with Mihawk. The only problem is you don't get the sockets, but again, it doesn't really matter with the zombie team. So, Yeah, I mean, you got some crazy stuff here, man. Yeah, there's Stronghold Sanji as well. But is he... let's see what he does. I guess now it's Dreamlog Sanji. Reduces damage received by 80% if HP is... Okay. So yeah, he's sort of like that as well. But I think he's good here. Whoops, didn't mean to open that. But yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much that's pretty much all there is really to Corazon. Basically, he's a healer. He's a captain that heals. It's based around healing and dealing low damage. You combine him with, again, characters like Sabo, who allow you to deal massive amounts of damage through getting goods and greats. Stuff like Log Luffy, obviously. Like I said, if you just pair him with Log Luffy, you can use double Corazon as well for maximum healing. But again, I don't really recommend it. But yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, everyone in chat? So yeah, I think that's really all there is to Corazon, really. Boost the attack of quick characters by 1.25. His specials, whatever. But yeah, because I'd probably just stick with Log Luffy, man. And you got like a crazy team. And just pretty much stall till your specials are ready with Corazon, and then burst. Next room, stall till your specials are ready with Corazon, burst, and just do the same thing over and over again. It's pretty insane, man. So yeah. But yeah, double Korra can heal like 11k. Oh my god, nice. Yeah, Korra might not be a bad one to put recovery candy on either. So take less damage and requires less healing. If you use Trumbull, Sanji, Lion Tongue Zoro, yeah. There's some pretty crazy zombie teams out there, which I'll probably do a video on zombie teams in the future. But that's it for Corazon, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. This is one of the quicker guides, I think, but still not a bad one. As long as you keep all that stuff in mind, you should be good. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.